Hi everyone, so today we have an analysis of a very interesting gubernatorial race, the Maryland gubernatorial race, between the incumbent Republican Larry Hogan and the Democratic challenger, progressive Democratic challenger, Ben Jealous. So, Jealous is a progressive who was able to upset the establishment favorite in Maryland, Rashawn Baker, and Larry Hogan is the incumbent Republican who was first elected, I believe, back in 2014. Larry Hogan on the ballot against a Democrat there. So, in 2014, Hogan pulled off an upset, and in the primary, Ben Jealous pulled off an upset against Rashawn Baker. So, both of them have shown that they can pull off wins where another candidate was expected to win. So Maryland governor race, Hogan versus Jealous. The average poll has him 14.5 points ahead, and that's very good for Hogan. If you were only taking in polling data, I believe that would just fall into the likely GOP range. And if you were taking the most recent poll, it would fall into the safe GOP range. So I'm actually going to put it, if you're only taking into account polling data, it would go safe for the GOP. However, if we look at, if I can find it, the polling data for the general election the last time round. So the final poll, I believe that was taken, was done in September. The final poll had Hogan up by 5 points. So originally it was expected to be an obvious win for the Democrats, but polling got tighter and tighter, and the final poll had Hogan ahead by 5 points. And that's a tiny bit less than what he won by. However, most polls had this going to the Democrats, and even the political forecasters. Sabato had this as lean D, and the Rothenberg Political Report had this as tilt D. The other two rankings had this as a toss-up. So, Hogan has proved that he can do about the same as what the polling data does in the previous one. However, looking at Jealous versus Baker in the Democratic primary, we can see 222,000 votes on Jealous's side and 161,000 votes on Baker's side. So looking at how Jealous was able to get this much support when the polling data indicated that it would be a landslide for Rashawn Baker, you would lean it a bit more towards the Democrats in something maybe more of a likely GOP fashion. But look at the results from 2016. 60.3% for Hillary Clinton, 33.9% for Donald Trump. So very, very good for Clinton. So considering these sort of things, you might move it more towards the Democratic direction. Looking at things like Trump's approval in the state of Maryland, underwater 21%. You would move it into a leaning Democratic seat. Looking at things like the primary turnout from 2016, maybe you might even move it into a likely Democratic seat. And I understand that. However, we need to understand Larry Hogan's approval rating, he's the second most popular governor in the United States, only behind to Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker. So it's looking very, very positive for Hogan on the approval side. 68% of the state approves of him, and if he can ride that wave, he probably won't get 68% of the vote, but I could see him narrowly retaining this in the Republican column. I would say within 5 or 6%. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one.